This is Nashville Screen for the week of August 19th, Wednesday, going forward into the next week. Thanks for tuning in. This is Sam Smith, going to run down what's opening and closing at the Nashville theaters this weekend, starting tonight. And we also will have a big dump of new titles for the Belcourt. Their website has updated today. We got new releases and repertory that you'll be very excited about. I will run those down as well. So let's launch right into it. Opening this week in Nashville. We have Twin Peaks: The Return continuing at the Belcourt every Wednesday night. That'll be tonight, August 19th, which is tonight. We have a one-night Fathom event for Point Break's 35th anniversary. That's at Regal and AMC. Then opening tomorrow for the weekend, it's a big one of my favorites of the year, Tony. And this will be at the Belcourt, and it's also going to be playing at the Regal, the AMC, and Hookie. So it's the, what do you call getting four in a row? It's playing everywhere, including the Belcourt. So see it at the Belcourt, but know that it's playing elsewhere as well. I really love this one. I expect it to do really well with audiences. Then we've got at the multiplexes Spa Weekend opening at Regal and AMC. We've got Insidious Out of the Further, and we've got Mutiny. These are all opening at the Regal and AMC Thursday. Also, The Magic Faraway Tree, one I'm not even familiar with yet. This is opening tomorrow at the Regal and AMC. We also have maybe a 1 week or longer run for The Fast and the Furious, the 25th anniversary. That's at Regal and AMC as well, starting tomorrow. Back over to the Belcourt this weekend, something I've been hyping up for a couple weeks. I'm pretty excited about the midnight movie option for Friday. It's going to be a special event called the Super Secret Mystery Midnight Movie Weeknight Rewind Redux Edition. If you can catch all of that. Weeknight Rewind was a series that the Belcourt did, hosted by Zach Hall, curated, I guess, and envisioned by him, of the audience voting on 3 VHS titles by surprise and putting on that film to screen. I love seeing this come back. Maybe they're going to test the waters, see if it could be a regular thing again. I sure hope so, especially with the boom of VHS interest and home movie physical media interest. And they're parlaying all of that together Friday night because there is going to be a little pop-up physical media market outside. A little tape swap VHS show and physical media pop-up market. Press Play Video will be there, Emergency Movie Services, I believe Danger Zone and others. So come early Friday night to shop for physical media and stay for the Weeknight Rewind VHS surprise selection. It's going to be really fun. This is one of the rare ones that I am going to be taking a nap and making sure I attend. So I will see you there. Hope you might catch me and say hello. Look out for me. Usually in a Knicks cap or a Knicks t-shirt. And then let's see what else. Saturday night's Belcourt midnight is Friday the 13th, A New Beginning. Must be a fan favorite. I'm not familiar deeply with the franchise. So you tell me, folks. Now, we also have, as part of the Beat the Heat series at Belcourt, Once Upon a Time in the West. That's going to be the 21st to 23rd, all weekends. And we have The Piano, the new 4K restoration of Jane Campion's film with the late, great Sam Neill. Not timed as a memorial screening, just happened to be a coincidence. Make sure you catch this one if you haven't. It's great. Beautiful score by Michael Nyman as well. Then over back at the Regal and AMC next week, starting the 22nd, or in a few days, we have Castle in the Sky, a.k.a. Laputa. This is Miyazaki's early film at Studio Ghibli that is a fan favorite. It's a gorgeous film. If this is one you happen to have missed from Miyazaki, highly recommend you check this out on the big screen. It is epic, it is adventurous, it is sweeping. It's got all of the throwback charm and nostalgia you love about films like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, etc. A little bit smaller scale, of course, but it's just a beautiful, vital work by Miyazaki that you need to see on the big screen. We also have an early access screening for Coyote versus Acme. This is, speaking of animation, it's an animation live action hybrid. Ketchup Entertainment is releasing it after it was shelved and potentially doomed for extinction. This is going to be really fun. I think it opens wide on, let's see, do I have that date in front of me? Well, yeah, August 28th. But we get an early look for this on the 23rd, if you're as hyped as I am and others on the server. So check that out. Okay, closing this weekend, your last chance to see the following films. Tonight is the last chance for Wet Hot American Summer, the 25th anniversary comeback screenings at the Regal. The Wrong Girls is also ending tomorrow at Regal and AMC. Also ending Ice Cream Man and Elijah Peel. The Train to Busan 10th anniversary will also end tomorrow on the 20th. And Cat's Eye Wild Hearts ends August 23rd. Now, we'll run down the announcements for the Belcourt they're kind of rolling out not strictly month to month, but it looks like we've got until early to mid-October. A lot of titles here to go through. There will surely be more on the October slate unveiled for Halloween as we get closer. The Belcourt always blows it out every October. So let me see on the Discord, which is always linked in the episode description. I do hope you join the Discord server and join the discussion with us and see where I've listed all of these listings each week. And I try to update the calendar as we know more about what's upcoming. So all of these are there for the upcoming release calendar. We're going to go, let's see, Coyote vs. Acme on the 28th of August. The Dog Stars from Ridley Scott is on August 28th. These are at Regal AMC. I'm just skimming through here. You already know about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and you know about Gypsy 83, Miami Vice, and the new film Onslaught, which will have a 35mm engagement. But new to the calendar are midnights on September 4th and 5th at the Belcourt, Satoshi Kon's masterpiece, Perfect Blue. Very, very excited to see this on the midnight slate. Wish it had another screening or two, but that's okay. Queen of the Damned will play the next night, September 5th from midnight. This is an inspired pairing, not just in how the two films use a pop star idol type character in a horrific or genre setting, but just two films that really deserved to get this midnight play. So I loved seeing this. Great work from the Midnight team. You know about the Star Trek events, the anniversary screenings and seminar from Jason Shawn that will happen in early September. You know about The Third Man, 11th through 13th on 35mm at the Belcourt. Couple new releases for that week after that. September 14th will be Barrio Triste. This is one night only, and it'll be doubling as a Music City Mondays title. And this is from Harmony Korine's Edgelord Productions. Not directed by Korine, but maybe interesting for you if you're a fan of Korine. Opening on September 8th will be The Wait with Ethan Hawke. This looks really good. Classic actioner, like survivalist action film. We love Ethan Hawke at Nashville Screen. It's going to have a run, and then it will have a preview screening, an early access screening. I noticed this when I clicked the page. That's going to be on September 15th before it opens on September 18th. So stay tuned for info about that early access screening. It might mean that the Belcourt is expecting big crowds for that one. And then on the 18th, we also have If I Go, Will They Miss Me? I'm not familiar with this one. Looking forward to learning more. I believe is a Sundance title. On midnights on September 18th and 19th, both nights are going to The Room on 35mm. And then Greg Sestero will be present for the Friday, September 18th screening. I think he's done these at the Belcourt before for Tommy Wiseau's The Room. Sestero. I know he's done a lot of events, so maybe you've caught him already doing this, but if not, it's another chance. And then we have a little surprise. This is total Belcourt move. The programming team, of course, Toby Leonard, programmer, shout out to Toby, will often throw together films that have new restorations and come up with a theme and a way to tie them together in his own way. And in this case, we have the films of 1941, a little miniature retrospective that no one saw coming. Not only are you going to get Citizen Kane on the 19th and 24th, but we have The Lady Eve on the 20th and 23rd, The Maltese Falcon on September 22nd, 26th, and 27th, Ball of Fire. I'm not familiar with this one. That's September 26th and 27th, and Sullivan's Travels from Preston Sturges, 27th and 29th. This is really fun, really, really fun. So check out these new restorations from 1941 in late September at the Belcourt. We've also got, this was announced last week, but Joe Bob Briggs' next live tour event is going to be the Indoor Drive-In Geek Out Cult of the Rock Star Night. It's a double feature of Bubba Hotep, a great one, and Rock and Roll High School. This is September 21st at the Belcourt for all Joe Bob Briggs cult members. We have Filipinata, new release September 25th through October 1st. We have a new release of Hachan, Shake Your Booty. Maybe this was the Sundance title. One of those two was. These look really interesting. And then we've got The History of Concrete is a new release from John Wilson. That's opening October 2nd. We've got Butthole Surfers doing a Music City Mondays. This is their documentary, The Whole Truth and Nothing But. It's got some puppetry, some animation. It looks fun. Chronovisor is a new film that looks very interesting. It's TBD for the date, but this is a new release at the Belcourt. And I'm happen to be up in New York right now, and the Film Society of Lincoln Center is doing a great series ahead of Chronovisor, all about mystery films involving libraries, books, and literature. And it's got me really intrigued by this film, which I believe was shot on 16 millimeter. So be on the lookout for more about Chronovisor. Kind of, piquing my interest a little bit. And backing up to more repertory titles that were announced, Michael Mann's Manhunter. Everyone's been waiting for this. This is the final cut of Michael Mann's prequel, I guess, comes before the Silence of the Lambs timeline. And Belcourt is going to make good on that by showing not just the final cut of Manhunter, but also Silence of the Lambs. Manhunter is going to be September 30th through October 4th. Silence of the Lambs is just October 3rd and 4th. Can't resist another chance to show that and see that. We've also got 9 to 5. This is going to be a Music City Mondays, September 28th, Dolly Parton's film. This is going to be a costume exhibit. And if I have a little asterisk by the date on the listings on the Discord server, that little asterisk, I'm going to try to add it whenever there is a special speaker or event around the film, an engagement event or a Q&A with a special guest. In this case, it's going to be a costume designer from the film with some costumes to show from 9 to 5. That should be fun for Dolly fans. Midnight, October 2nd, is going to be The Blob, the 1998 version. And October 3rd, it's going to be The Tingler. I think 1959 or a 1950s film, let's just say, because it's nice to see an older black and white classic get the midnight movie slot. I believe it's a Vincent Price film. And then we've got for staff picks, October 6th, Muppet Treasure Island. Love seeing this on the list. I'm a big Muppets fan. Jim Henson's a big hero of mine, but I have somehow never seen this one. So love seeing it as a staff pick. It's going to be October 6th, one night only if you can catch that. And then a major restoration that a lot of people in the film community, whether it's on Twitter or social media or in the academic circles, have been very excited about. Ken Russell's The Devils. 35 millimeter, October 16th through 22nd. That's going to be a must-see. And then that's about it. I do have a couple other big things I'm trying to add to the calendar as we know information. These are more wide release titles, and they may change. We don't know exactly when things will open in Nashville, but I've got it already put down that Digger from Iñárritu will open October 2nd. We'll see if that's a wide release. And then Wildwood, the new animated film that looks really impressive from Laika. I know a lot of animation fans like me have very high hopes for this one. So I'll keep that release calendar updated as much as I can with any other big titles. And that's it for this week. I'm signing off from New York City. I'm up here for a bit, which is ironic. I'm doing a Nashville Screen podcast from another city, but hope you all enjoy the movies in Nashville this weekend. And I will have more to report as I see some more things up here in New York, and be attending the New York Film Festival most likely as well in the coming weeks. Thanks for tuning in. Please join the discussion on the Discord, and we will talk to you all soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.